All right, we back. Let me move this. All right. So yesterday we did notes on volume of prisms and cylinders. Do y'all remember that? Let me tell you what we learned yesterday. It's this formula: V equals BH. Okay. Now y'all know this green sheet we've been using. Okay, we've been using the top for surface area, but the bottom, this is for volume, and it's right here. Prisms and cylinders, BH. Okay, so when in doubt, green sheet. Now, what is the big B shape of this cylinder? Now, this right here is a circle. And how do I find big B, area of a circle? How do you find the area of a circle? Just pi r squared. Yeah, that's good. It's on the orange sheet. Make sure you're looking up here. You're not doing stuff. Don't do that. Now, the radius from the center to the edge is 9. The height over here is 15. So to get the big B, area of the base, it's going to be pi 9 squared. Now, like we've said before, oh, but that's not what I said. Keep it, please. Now, pi 9 squared, when we're doing this in terms of pi, we are not going to type in the pi. Were y'all here for the orange activity we did? What? Wait. I was looking up math. I don't care. But didn't wait. So again, we're not going to type the pi. We are going to write the pi. So let's go to Desmos. I did drop something. Thank you so much. All right, so notice I did not put pi 9 squared. I just put 9 squared. So, all right. Here we go. So 9 squared, when you type it into Desmos, you get 81. So since I did not type the pi, I'm going to put the pi symbol after 81. So it's 81 pi. Okay, so I know my big B is 81 pi. My height is 15. So I'm going to do 81 pi times 15. Okay, so is everyone able to find area of the base, pi r squared? Don't type the pi, write the pi symbol, and then times the height. That's how you get the volume. So what is 81 times 15? So 81 times 15 gives me 1,215. And since I did not type the pi symbol, I'm going to write the pi symbol. What are my units of measure? Centimeters. And those centimeters, are they regular centimeters, squared, or cubed? What do you think? So that would be area, but since this is volume, we've entered the third dimension, and it is, take out the headphone, please. What? Did I hear yes? Yes, I would like to do what I'm supposed to do. Please! This is going to be short and sweet. I have I don't know, sneaky. Now, does everyone have the warm-up written down? Okay, well, while you write it down, if you haven't yet, I'm going to do a little demonstration, okay? Who likes rice? Who likes raw rice? No one, of course. So, now, watch this. I hold in my hand a prism and a cylinder. Look at this. Like a prism and a cylinder. Now, today we're trying to do a pyramid and a cone. The pokey one. Ow. Okay, so here's the deal. If I have a cylinder and a cone with the same exact base, see how those circles line up perfectly? And the same exact height, see how that fits in there perfectly? Okay, it's the same B, it's the same H, but they're obviously not the same volume, right? So here's the question. How much rice that fits into this cone is going to fit into this cylinder? So we're going to do a little demonstration, okay? So watch this. So here's the question. How many cones will fill up a cylinder? Okay. So I want you to imagine this. See, it's obviously not equal. The cone is less than the cylinder. So if I were to pour this in, how many times would it fill it up? Who thinks 2 cones will fill up this cylinder? Anyone think 2? Okay, who thinks 3 cones will fill up the cylinder? All right. Who thinks 4 cones? Anyone think 5 or more? All right. So those are good hypotheses. Let's do it. So I'm going to fill up my little rice teeny here. All right, here we go. So now I try to do this perfectly, and it never is perfect, but I do what I can. All right. So I have a bunch of rice in my cone. I'm going to fill up my. Dropped a few, sorry. All right. So it's obviously not 1. Okay. Now you can think about how much that fills up. So 1 doesn't work. Let's try 2. Who said 2? Someone in the back said 2. Someone in a poncho. Someone in a poncho. All right. All right. Now, all right, here we go. So, all right. Now, 2. So, how many more do you think? Half. We don't have half. Not your answer. All right. So, here we go. Third, rice teeny. All right. Due to my inaccurate measurements, trying to even it out a little bit. Okay. All right. I know. There's just no way. All right. So, 3 filled it up. Now, of course, it's a little over the top because when I was measuring it, it was a little over the top. But it wasn't 2. Obviously, 4 would be too much. Okay. So the answer is 3. 3 cones with the same base and height will fill up a cylinder. Again, same base and height. Right? There we go. Now, let's try it with the prism and a cylinder. I mean, a prism and a pyramid. Who wants some rice? I'm kidding. Now, where we at? All right, so how many pyramids will fit into a prism? Do y'all think it's the same? Is it more or less? Who thinks it's 2? 4? Okay, who thinks it's 2? Who thinks it's 3? Who thinks it's 4? 5 or more? All right, put that away. So, let's try it. There's only one way to do this. Fill up our pyramid with a bunch of rice. Okay, try to be really evened out here. Okay. All right, so here's my pyramid into my prism. Okay. That's 1. Here's 2. Here comes 2. All right, evened it out. Yeah. Okay, 2. Did 2 work? Now, it doesn't look like it can fit 2 more of these. So whoever said 4, I don't know about that. Let's find out, though. All right, here we go. I hear some hypothesizing in the back there. All right. Well, despite all the mess, how many did it take? Oh, I didn't even maximize myself here. How many did it take? Hopefully this is the screenshot. Okay, so how many did it take? How many pyramids fit in a prism? It was 3. Now, try to think backwards, okay? If we were thinking about a fraction, what fraction is a pyramid of a prism? If 3 of these fit in here, what's the fraction? 1/3. And then same thing here. If a cone, 3 of these fit in here, what's the fraction? 1/3. Now let me show you something crazy. On your formula chart, right here, when you look at pyramids and cones, what's the only difference on that formula? 1/3. But now you've seen it with rice in real life. And that is the demonstration. No need to applaud. All right. Well, anyways. All right. So, with that being said, we are going to do some rapido notes here. After the notes, okay. After the notes, they're going to be shorter. That phone, that headphone, away from me. You know, I love saying things 4 times and having to record it. Anyway, now, here we go. On these notes, pyramids and cones. All right. They are notes. Just like I said. Now, write this down. Volume B equals. The only thing different than yesterday is we're putting a 1/3. So if it's pointy at the top, like a pyramid or a cone, the only difference is 1/3. So since we've been doing this with surface area, and we did it yesterday with volume, I'm going to do this a little bit faster because you should know how to do all of this by now, in theory. So first off, pyramid. What is that bottom base shape there? 10 by 11. That is not a square because they are not equal sides, so we're going to call it a rectangle, okay? 10 by 11, that's a rectangle. So my big B is going to be 10 times 11, which is 110. Everyone knows how to find a rectangle's area, hopefully by now. What is the height? Straight up and down. The height is 16. So don't make the error of just doing 110 times 16. Since it's pointy at the top, it's 1/3 times 110 times 116. Don't forget the 1/3 if it's a pyramid or a cone. Now, I did that earlier, and I got 586.67. So, let's put those answers down here. Big B, we found, was 110 inches squared. Areas are squared, right? The height is a distance or a length, so it's just going to be 16 inches, regular inches. And then the volume we found, 586.67, is going to be in inches cubed. Okay. Find the area of the base times the height. Don't forget the 1/3 for pyramid. Now, this cone is similar, but it's sideways. First of all, does everyone know big B? This shape right here is a circle. So to find the big B of a circle, it's pi r squared, right? So first of all, what is r? Who thinks r is 5? Okay, what's the radius? What's the radius? Halfway across. Is it 5? 5 divided by 2, which is 2.5. Yes, yes, yes. And to get big B, we said you do pi r squared, which is pi 2.5 squared. Okay.
Wow.
What is pi 2.5 squared? Well, please remember, terms of pi means you do not type the pi. You just put 2.5 squared, and you get 6.25, and you have to put the pi symbol. If you don't type the pi, you must write the pi symbol. What's the height? Who thinks the height is 5? Okay, who thinks the height is 8? All right, it's sideways. Does everyone see a sideways cone? The height is sideways as well. H is 8. So now when I do volume, please do not forget the 1/3 because it is a cone. It's pointy. So 6.25 pi is my base. My height is 8. And I got earlier when I typed this in, do not type the pi. You're going to write the pi. 16.67 pi. So again, my base shape is a circle. My big B, area of the base, is 6.25 pi. My height is 8, and my volume is 16.67. Please notice the units of measure. Volume is inches cubed. Base area is inches squared. Regular height, length is just regular inches. Okay? That's it for the notes, quick notes, but you do have an assignment on cones and pyramids. So I'm going to pass that out to you, but you want to finish yesterday's first. Tomorrow, there's star testing, so I won't see you there. But on Friday, we will start composites. We'll see. I promise, if we get through this week, we'll do something fun on Monday.
Yeah.
You'll see. Okay.